Today is April 6th. The Yankees cannot sweep the Pirates, take the first two, push the third to extras, but can't get it done. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steam and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. We got BBD producing in the corner. Brought to you by SeatGeek, code Yanks 2025. Welcome back to the show, Jake. How was your trip to Chicago? Nice outfit.
James Davis. Yeah, I got my baggage hat on. Big night for baggage coming up. I'm glad I'm back. No offense to Chicago. None at all, actually. Had a good time in Chicago. It was just more so getting there. I think some of the people know, but yeah, banged flight, hop in the van, let's do this. 14 hours later, we did a live show in Chicago. A lot of Yankee fans there, appreciative of all of them and everyone. And, dude, just kind of funny. The Cubs treated me so good, and it was just like a half reminder, like, Yankees, we're peaceful. I was out with the Cubs. They were doing their opening day. I was on the field with them, like basically running out. And then their TV network was like, hey, if you're in town next time, let us know. And like, we'll do it. It's like, anyways, Yankees, we love you. I'm a Yankees fan. And hey, man, we got some good juice at the end of this one. I know it's not where we wanted to land, but you can Manfred it. And Yankees bullpen is just depleted. But I don't know, seeing a late inning rally. We had a early inning rally earlier in this series. So I'm glad to be back talking yuckin' Yanks. What about you?
Yuckin' Yanks. I mean, they win the first two pretty handedly. I think this team is fun right now, and we'll get into all of that. Seeing a lot of reactions to Game 3 loss pouring in right now. Like, they can never do it late. I'm like, they just tied it. They were down to the last strike twice. They tied the game.
Right. Did it late.
And they won the series. So it's always tough to remove the taste of day 3 when we do a series recap, because ultimately this was another good series. You reverse the games and we're sitting here giddy as all get out.
Would you rather, I mean, it feels obvious, but would you rather go 2-3 and lose on recording day, or go 1-3 and win on recording day? Because that's what you and Uncle Joe's just did.
I would rather win 2 out of 3.
I agree. I guess it probably depends how far into the season we are. Because, yeah.
Now, if you're going to win 2 out of 3, not even for like us and recording in the show, if you're going to, this is the worst way to do it. Which is a dumb statement, because I think happy flights are always what teams talk about.
Love a happy
flight. Leaving a stadium as winners just feels a little bit better. This is all a little bit nonsense, and maybe it's Malcolm Gladwell. I mean, he writes a book about it and really digs in and exposes everyone that says it's nonsense.
Numbers.
But, you're like, damn, we didn't get the sweep. Where if you win the first one, then lose, you salvage the series on day 3.
Right.
That's awesome. Or you lose the first one, then you win 2 and 3. You won the series the hard way. So this is, of the 3 ways to take a series 2 out of 3, we are experiencing the worst.
Nice. That's let's feel for ourselves in this moment. And yeah, I think we're going to talk about it throughout, but just some, playing 3 NL teams to start the year that you talked about coming into this season. And then, dude, the other thing that kind of smacked me in the face, CeCe just posted on Twitter, and he's like, it was like 15 years since this opening day lineup. And I was like, that's right. Like, opening day getting earlier, I think, is a factor. I think there's something in our mentals about that. And I don't want to kick off grounds creeping too much for you, but Yankees just changed their game times coming up because of the cold.
I know.
Crazy.
Well, yeah, I have a lot of big opinions that aren't really for a recap show.
Yeah.
I love baseball.
Nice.
We built a company around how much
feel like there's a buck coming.
This season has started too early, man. It just doesn't even feel like we went to the game. It was too cold.
It got cold.
The Tigers had to change all 3 of their game times because it's too cold. Like, I think April 10th, April 14th is kind of when the season should start. And then maybe you do some less games. That's sacrilegious to people that just want baseball all the time. Right. But man, we're April 6th. We're 3 series deep and we're changing times because it's too cold. And like the stadiums are empty because it's too cold. Like it just feels like we started the season too early.
There's a little bit of that. We're both enjoying it. We should say that. It's the worst way to win a series like this. And yeah, I don't know. Again, Jim, a little natural segue, but I think it's funny, for our warehouse game stuff that has gotten to a really cool level, and our Blitzball battle starts tonight. Please go check it out. We're in it. So if you like us, you might like it. But, I know you get super proud when we have warehousey stuff happens, and sometimes dust pops out of a corner, or here's a rodent or something like that. And you're like, no, this is year 3 or 4 now. Like, we need to be. MLB currently has 2 minor league parks going, and we're changing times because of cold. So, I think we're putting our best foot forward, and it's kind of funny. Like, it's baseball. That's just how this works.
It is just how it works. It is really cold. Yeah. Jake and I, Team Baggage, we were the best team offense last tournament. I won the wall breaker, which is the equivalent to Silver Slugger. Had the best offensive tournament ever.
Whoops.
No, for me, not in the whole thing, because I'm usually very bad at offense. And we open tonight against the best pitching team in the league. Gavin Stone's younger brother.
Yeah.
Pitches and he throws from his knuckles scrape the cement.
It's a good watch if you've never checked it out. It starts tonight. So many people are locked into it. It's pretty wild.
And we perfected our uniforms this tournament. So just tune in just to see us look good.
Big reveal.
All right, grounds creeping. I'll make it quick. Bellinger missed the first 2 games. Maybe we need some grounds creeping music. Do you still have Farrago on your thing? Farrago?
Farrago.
I might have something.
It's Farrago, and there was I think there was a creepy song on there that we used to do for JJR. It was called Slow Jam Loop or Downbeat Loop. We don't need it for this time. But I think maybe grounds
or maybe in some of those natural baseball sounds, you hear them raking, or you hear a light lawn mowing,
baseball
groundskeeping.
Yes, there's probably a YouTube that says noise of the stadium.
It's probably a groundskeeping 10 hours.
Yes,
video
there's got to be a baseball groundskeeping ASMR, and that should be the sound of grounds creeping.
So that's some show groundskeeping right there.
Yeah, that is baseball field prep ASMR. It's 1 minute and 26 seconds, which is about as long as our grounds creeping segment should ever be. So we'll lock that in next time. Anyway, here we go. Bellinger missed the first 2 games with a stiff back. He returned for game 3, though, so don't even worry. I pre-diagnosed him on Twitter with having a stiff back as a joke. I am smart. Devin Williams returned from the paternity list, and the Yankees DFA'd Adam Ottavino to make room for him. Ian Hamilton will rejoin the Yankees for the next series in Detroit. Clark Schmidt excelled in his first minor league rehab start of the season. He struck out 7 over 3 1/3 at Double-A Somerset. And Luis Gil is about a week away from catch play.
Okay.
Giancarlo Stan has started hitting off the traject machine, the high velocity machine, says the elbow's hurt, and basically was like, yes, I have to play through the pain, so stop asking me. And then all the Detroit series got moved up. So next week is all day games. Monday at 3 Eastern, Tuesday and Wednesday at 1 Eastern. Glaber is on the IL for Detroit. So there's a little Detroit grounds creeping. So don't worry, he's not around. That's it.
Sharp.
There's some stuff there, but it's not enough to chew on, really.
Yeah, I mean, Belly being back in the lineup today, so we didn't have to play any funky Yankee funny business games. That's good. Stanton is hitting off the high velo machine, so there's going to be updates about him at some point that matter. And then, yeah, like you mentioned, I don't know, with Ian Hamilton, like you're saying, we were texting about how the Yankees are going to manage their funny business for this upcoming Tiger series because the bullpen's spent. You could skip a Will Warren start and get another reliever? Do you send Hedrick down? He's got options. Do you burn another random guy for just a day? But, yeah, we're going to see some Yankees funny business coming up.
We are. I was going to do a whole segment on Hedrick today because I was like, no one knows anything about you. So I was going to go look up a bunch of like insight. Like, because we didn't know he was even going to stick around to game 9.
Second tallest Yankee.
If he's not with the team next week, it's fine. If he's still here,
right,
I'll give everyone detailed insight into Hedrick later. As for now, he's tall and he's in the bullpen. That's all.
You're just teasing that.
Yep.
Good.
Game 1.
Yeah.
I kind of forget. Hope you can remind me.
Well, I know what you won't forget, Jim, that the Burns are presented by your local Ford stores. Come see the new Ford Bronco lineup featuring legendary 4x4 capability for epic off-road adventures. More than a lineup, it's a dynasty. Yep. Ford Bronco, the official SUV of the Yankees, baby. Like that. Like all of that. Road trip. You're telling me Yanks hit the freed road with Max on the bump, while it'd be a Mitchapalooza for Pittsburgh with Keller getting old school on the Yanks. Welcome to this episode of Waldo and the Martian. Them and some Pirates D leads to a 4-0 Yanks lead after 3. Reynolds wraps one, foiling a freed pitch, but that was his only blemish. 5.2, 1 earned run, 6 Ks. Yanks push across 3 more with a single, walk, and a hit by pitch. No bowling pins there, pal, but a strike from Judgy. Cap puts an exclamation point. Freed to Sharkey to Hedrick to Devin. Yanks win 9-4 final.
Nice to have you back.
Yeah, I mean, that, a lot of respect for the AI game, but that's just... Sometimes humans are going to win, people.
Me and AI teamed up for a hell of a slam poem.
Sure. That's good.
But then they did Joe's dirty.
Yeah, it was tough. Tough
to
listen to.
Yeah. Max Fried got in trouble again in this inning, but was able to get out of it a couple times and get into the 6th inning. Need pitchers to keep going. Still doesn't feel like we've seen Max Fried yet. This was closer, but to what he is going to be. Good news is the offense put 7 off their starter. They're kind of crushing starting pitchers. The good ones that they've faced, they've gotten to. They haven't faced too many like high caliber starting pitchers. Next series in Detroit, they're going to face a lot in shadows and day games. So I am interested to see. But yeah, nice to see Oswaldo getting in the mix.
Yeah, and it was a popular topic for some people locked in, some people not locked in, but, Waldo sits the rest of the series basically. And yeah, for Max Fried, I guess I'm not sure if he's going to be featured in awards. Make sure you guys stay tuned in for that later coming up. But, it's all 2 starts. The ERA is technically a 2.61. The defense let him down in his opening day start. And, yeah, I mean, it was funny hearing Kaster and Flash on the broadcast being like, yeah, it just feels weird that pitchers used to come out of spring training built up for 100 pitches and now they don't, and pitchers are still getting hurt more than ever. So it's like, what solution was really found there? But, yeah, I guess I'm interested to see with Max Fried. Like, will we look back and Max Fried's starts feel like he gives up a couple hits and it's not like the nasty starts, or is this like a Max Fried almost bad start, which is a little bit super rude to the Pirates? But 5.2, 1 earned run, just the 1 swing from Reynolds that gets on the scoreboard. And I don't know, just still, again, we've talked about it, but funny that he's faced 2 NL teams.
Yeah. I will say, I think the only talking point from this game, besides all the good stuff, which we'll cover in awards in a more fun way, is Fernando Cruz, who looked nasty against the D-backs, gives up a 3-run homer, and it felt like, because Yarby did it the game before, where like you had a big lead, and then the middle relief kind of lets them back in. It wasn't as bad because it was 9-1, becomes 9-4, still a 5-run lead, but it was a little bit like, oh man, And then I kind of counter myself like, well, you can't have your fourth, fifth, sixth guys out of the pen all be nasty. There's a reason they pitch in big gaps of score.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say yes and no to that. Like, are we being reactionary to early April games? And we've said Matt Blake deserves all the credit in the world, and like we felt fine about the bullpen come the postseason last year, and we looked back at the guys who threw innings. I will say there are other teams in baseball that have put a lot more into the bullpens that feel good about it. I mean, if you go on the West Coast, like the Padres and the Dodgers bullpens look incredible name value wise and look wise. That, yeah, I said it in our Yankees chat this weekend. Like, we're currently seeing a lot of Leiter and Cruz. This is a 9-1 game, so I'll stop. But the Yankees bullpen is going to need an evolution, and it's going to happen. And hey, Jonathan Loaizaga, like, actually starting to throw in stuff that can be exciting. And it feels like we haven't gotten Tim Hill into good Tim Hill chew through 1.2 innings and go win this game for us lanes. But I don't know, nitpicking a little bit.
It's all you can do, don't beat yourself up.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. It's a nice win.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Hedrick, but you're saving that for an upcoming episode. Ben Rice led off.
Oh, yeah, Ben Rice led off because of belly, and then he batted third because of belly. So he was just like, not. I actually love this, dude. It's like, okay, so the belly's out. Instead of messing with the rest of the lineup and pushing everyone up or pushing everyone down, they're just replacing him. And, I think we've done that in the past with lefties, because Boone likes his lefty spots. And this is a lefty. But I mean, I like not messing with the other guys, especially also because Rice is competent and is currently on a heater. They did this with Ben Rice last year, too, where he batted first, fourth, like in his little stint of playing. He just bat everywhere. They're like, whatever, go get it done. Bottom of the order comes through. I think that is like the fun storyline here.
Trent, there's going to be more of him coming up. Trent, Dominguez, and Oswaldo. And Volpe, 3 hits.
Oswaldo. Oh, let's go to game 2.
Okay.
And Judge hit a homer, which was just like,
oh, yeah. Barnum and Bailey Falter would welcome the Yankee circus into town, led by the greatest Stroman and Marcus. Yanks go up 2-0. Wells ribby single, Trent Grisham an independent homer. But the Yanks would cough it up, 4 runs in the 4th. A little fortitude by Pitt to make it fortitude. But today, Grisham would go ham. Second homer of the day, Oppo Taco. It's 5-4 Yanks. In the same inning, Anthony Volpedo's one into the gap. Bases clearing double. It's 8-4 Yanks. Some insurance from PG-48. That's Goldschmidt. And Wellesley. Stroh to Hill to Leiter to Cruz to Yarby. Whoop, whoop. Yanks win 10-4 final.
PG-48.
Yeah, that's like, those are really adult films.
But they're kids, but mature.
It's like, it's nothing raunchy, but it's kind of like going on an Alaskan cruise. Like, you're going to want to watch it and be older.
Maybe it's for dumb adults because parental guidance is still needed. Like 48-year-olds that are still real, just need hand-holding. Maybe.
Comment below. What do you think?
Okay, this game was good. They won. I like the bounce back inning immediately. I don't like that Stroman can't get past the 4th inning.
Right. Need
him to eat innings. But I also like that Boone took him out. I think once Boone gets to game 3 and it's Warren and he finds out he's got a day game the next day,
right,
he probably is thinking, oh, maybe I could have squeezed 1 or 2 more out of Stroman, and maybe he did that with Warren today. But in this instance, this decision, I was fine with him pulling Stroh there, but I need Stroman to pitch deeper into games until we get some more help starting.
Yeah, and I mean, a little bit of a reminder. It felt like at times last year they got weird with Stroman's pitch count. I guess looking back at it, that was more so the second half of the year when he started to struggle. So maybe it's just that.
Yeah, I mean, he did not look good in that fourth inning.
And just I don't think it's super linked, but remember, 140 innings is very interesting for Marcus Stroman and the Yankees this year. So.
I don't think it's linked at this juncture, but I think it's kind of what Girardi said when he was on the broadcast a couple days ago. Lefty Lane's coming in for the other team, and Stroman just gave up. He's got walking guys and got hit around, and Tim Hill exists. So Tim Hill comes in for 2 innings and just gets the job done. He's Tim Hill.
Yeah. I guess I think I'm saving some Stroman talk. It just feels uncomfortable. Like it's 1-2. Normally you're watching your pitcher and you're like, okay, like you get ready. And 1-2, you're almost like, all right, like let's get me to 3-2 and we'll find out.
Him and Warren are a similar watch, and it goes from if you're ahead, decently confident, decently. If they're behind, worried.
Right.
Like I'm like, oh boy, like who's driving the boat flips just after the second pitch, Is this Warren's at bat or is this Tommy Pham's at bat?
Tommy
Stroman or IKF? Grish homers again, and lineup wise,
twice.
Yeah, lineup wise, Peraza gets the start at third with the lefty on the mound. I like that. Pablo Reyes got one shot at it.
Yeah, could be. Pablo Reyes could become a memory. Let's see what goes on with the season. You never know when injuries and other things are going to pop up. But yeah, Peraza gets it. Two hit day for him. Gets one his last at bat to make it look like a real good day. Trent is a hero. That man's a hero. And what else was I going to say? Oh, I mean, we talked about it with Max Fried being the high ground ball guy. Like Marcus Stroman has also lived there his whole career, that there could be some Peraza stuff defensively there going forward, although we think it's strict lefty-righty platoon, him and Waldo.
Yes, yeah. And we thought it was going to be a Oswald platoon. They did Pablo the first day, next two, because game 3, spoiler, Peraza plays again. And I like that.
It hasn't been noticeable in a bad way at all. In fact, it's been good.
And for him to get steady runs, only going to help him out. That's this game.
A little bit. I mean,
Yarby gets redemption. Leiter gets a good outing. Cruz gets redemption. Yarby struck out 5 through 2. So
it's
very nice.
A great 6th run punch back inning by the Yanks after you give up 4, blow the lead. So it's like, yeah, this was a nice comeback win, but the comeback was so big, it was like, it got, I don't want to say boring again, but the game had felt decided.
A lot of these games had elements of spring training to them.
Okay.
Pirates weren't putting their best foot forward to field the ball. And then, yeah, there were just big leads a lot. Like, who pitched today? Who are the before Weaver came in? I texted this to you guys. It was like Warren, Hedrick, Yogo.
Yep.
That's a spring training game.
It's a little bit of spring training game.
Yeah. And then they came back, and then it got exciting and fun.
Sure did.
And they were all fun and exciting, but like, there's kind of like, we're like living in this weird la-la land where they're hitting so many home runs.
Right.
They're also playing really good on the base paths offensively, like doing so much in between the home runs that they weren't doing last year. But then they have played, like the Brewers didn't Freddie Peralta held them to 4 runs. They scrapped and got an error against Corbin Burns. Zach Gallen just completely destroyed him. And then Carol Melly they got to. So it's like, if they've faced a top tier pitcher, it's been close.
Right.
If not, they've just destroyed him.
Heen dog.
Heen Dog shuts him down, though.
Right?
A little bit of a redemption situation there.
Probably rightfully used anger, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Didn't he shut him down twice last year?
Don't know the guy. Have heard he's a cool cat. Should rightfully shove against the Yankees.
I think he shut him down twice last year with the Rangers. 5 innings, 0 earns, and then 4.23. So, okay. Total. That's good. All right. Game 3?
Sure. Will the thrill Warren would try to lead the Yanks to the sweep over the Rats and former Yankee Andrew Heaney for the Buccos? Is there anything better on a rainy Sunday than a little light jazz? 1-0 Yanks on the Chisholm double, but Heaney had that dog in him. That was all he gave up. 7 innings pitched, 10 Ks. Warren was solid early, but 2-out rally led to 2 in the third and then 2 in the fourth. It's 4-1 Pirates, and it'd stay that way into the ninth. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Call up Peraza. RBI double, which brings up Superman. Clark Trent, 1 of 1. Grisham with the game-tying hit. Buccos, Bunos, Cantos. Yeah. Yanks put up 2 zeros. That's game, fam. Yanks take 2 out of 3, but lose on getaway day, 5-4 final.
I don't know if you're talking about D-Will and the final at bat in this game and awards. It doesn't feel like a big enough sample size. So. Fam just was all over him. I know Devin Williams is very good. I know his resume. I know he's going to pitch to his resume along the lines. In the 3 outings, it hasn't felt anywhere near what I feel when Weaver's up. Like anywhere near. And I think the next thing they're going to start doing is saying you have to throw the fastball more.
Right.
I don't know if he can survive throwing his changeup 80% of the time. But Tommy Pham didn't swing and miss at it.
Yeah. I mean, he was sitting changeup. You saw it on the fastballs he threw. He threw very much foul him off check swings.
When they went to that 3-2 pitch and they after 4 changeups that were like foul or ball, they went to the 3-2 heater. He threw a great fastball. Tommy Pham just slapped it away. He was not trying to drive the ball. I was shocked they went back to the changeup. I thought high heater after that is okay. He's not sitting on the heater, but he, had enough to fight that one off, bring it up in the zone. Back to the changeup. Tommy Pham just clobbers it. I'd like to see Devin Williams pitch a little more, which is why I love watching Weaver pitch.
Right.
Is he's setting guys up. He's learning after every swing.
Yeah, I mean it's early. We've said a lot of these games haven't felt right, and Devin Williams had a kid in between, which that's some real life. Congratulations. Last year he was 45% changeup. Coming in today he was 57, and that Pham at bat was pretty much all changeup except a couple show-me fastballs, which I too thought he was going to go back to. So I don't know if that's a Tommy Pham thing. I don't know if, I doubt Devin Williams is near midseason form between the Yankees slow playing all their relievers coming out of spring, between having a child in between. But yeah, I'm interested to see the development of it more because he's unique. They did his little taster reel before coming out into this game, which I didn't love. Like your runner on second, extra inning game. Like he should lose this. Like the Bucks could bunt and win. So like, don't give me the whole Airbender cartoon thing beforehand. But also, Devin Williams does some different stuff. Like to righties, he can throw an up and away changeup. It happens to be the pitch Alonso got, but that freezes a lot of guys because you don't see a lot of guys pitch up there because they can't do that. So I'm wondering if he has his full feel. I didn't love that final pitch because that's Jake's theory of ball middle that you can get your bat to in extra innings with a runner on third. But I don't know. It felt like Pham had that at bat, and we were both thinking more fastballs. And at a certain point, it's extra innings that do you just walk Pham or throw a fastball at his eyes that maybe he jumps at, and if you walk him, it's okay. So, it's still very early, but that's why we're talking about it. 71% for Pham today.
And then, I mean, yeah, Heaney shut him down, struck him out 10 times. So, but they fight. I mean, Peraza down to his last strike, puts the ball down the third base line. Trent down to his last strike, puts the ball down the first base line. Tie game. A little bit of juice. Was happy with that. And then when they didn't score the next 2 innings and extras, that was a bit of a bummer. But when you're the home team, you can't do the bunt and sack fly.
Road team.
When you're the away team, sorry. When you're the home team, you can.
Right. We need one.
Because you only need one. When you're the away team, you want to push as many across. So I'm fully agree with not, like I had a lot of people tweeting me saying they should bunt them over in extras. I don't agree with that when you're the road team as much.
Well, and I mean, they ended up...
Unless you like get one.
They ended up essentially doing that. Belly grounds out to second in his first at-bat. Tough 3-1 swing at a pitch that didn't end up really close, but that's kind of what resulted. And then Judge got intentionally walked. So, yeah, would have been nice not to lose the final game. I think we can all agree on it.
I agree. And lineup-wise, Peraza plays again, Grisham plays again, Rice gets the day off.
Yeah.
Okay. That's that. Awards.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Pride of the Yankees is brought to you by DraftKings. The weather is warming up, which means it's time to head to your favorite ballpark and cheer on your home team, or watch from your couch and place your bets with our partners at DraftKings. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you use code JMBaseball. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use code JMBaseball. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's code JMBaseball only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
I know that there's a chalk pick here, and I always scary not taking it, and then you might not take it. Because there's another guy that you might take, but I don't. I'm kind of old. I'm giving it my pride. I know everyone wants. I'm giving my pride because this is how I feel, and this is what it's all about. To Anthony Volpe.
Whoa! The blood's going to be on your hands. Tell him about Anthony. He looked great.
If you don't, you're nuts.
Could be blood all over your hands. Like a scary movie image.
Volpe deserves
You know
it.
what you did.
Volpe had the highest batting average and highest on base percentage this series. Also made some nice plays in the field. And most importantly, got some different flavor of swings. Like we saw some just throw the bat at the ball swings. We saw a walk, got hit by a pitch, so that's new. But because when it was the 4-4, I said it last episode, and I wasn't trying to knock him. I was just like, this is such a fake stat line that I need to fill in the blanks of the picture to see what we're looking at here. And it's very early. His start of last year was similar to this. The expected numbers are better this year, and the hard hit rate and like the way he's going about getting the results, this they're saying is more sustainable. It's not as sustainable because it's incredible, but the doubles, some of the defensive plays, just feels like he's taking charge in the infield more. Like I think him and Jazz really have a great connection. You see him talking more, or like they said, like he's the one that goes to Will Warren. And he's the one that gives him a pump up speech in the middle when mound visits when Will Warren. So I liked hearing that side of the ball too. But Volpe was great. I mean, he had 6 hits, 4 RBIs. He only struck out twice. He had a great series. He had a hit in every game. I want him to start stealing more. That's all. Okay. That's next.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he probably doesn't end the year with a 703 slug. But he's looked great, and everything feels in control. I mean, it feels similar to the playoffs. Like I even think some of his hot runs previously to the playoff performance, there was still Volpe with the big swings and the helmets flying off, and now I'm turning into your uncle all of a sudden. But everything's felt very in control. He's controlling the zone. That was the initial thing we heard, that there's not a lot of bad swings out of a lot of the young guys. Like I've been very impressed. Like Dominguez chased one high cutter today, and that stood out to me. But yeah, Volpe looks great. This was my favorite defensive series I think I've seen from him, because there's something to being as robotic beautifully in baseball as you can be. A lot of B noises there. And you see it from infielders and the footwork, and we compliment them. The shortstop position, I think, is the one that has the most artistry to it. And it's where Dansby Swanson is incredible as a shortstop, that some plays aren't what you practice, because between different base runners and how the ball's hit, you got to figure it out on the fly. And Volpe did that, man. His two best plays this series are plays you can't practice to get better. You just got to trust your hands and your feet and put yourself in a great position. And he did that. And I think this was the most impressed I've been with Volpe defensively. And it wasn't diving plays. It wasn't the normal highlights. It was just reactions, and kind of you got that or you don't. And Volpe's got that.
I agree.
And the
Jazz have turned.
Chain was hanging out after the big bases clearing double. Okay.
He's feeling good.
Okay.
And after he's using a bat, they custom fit the barrel for him. 20% barrel to plate appearance percentage. Second highest was like 7 or something. I don't know. I tweeted it out in a month. That's just hilarious to me.
Right.
I don't know how much it's true, not true, big sample size, all that stuff. His first 2 weeks to start a half of the year are always electric. If he gets like a week off and then gets 2 weeks, he's always been electric in these 2 weeks. So you do have to see it play out. The style of play like seems to be better. Like we had to sell it for homers in the first, and then this series we got more swings. Like he just kind of went with some balls, drove balls oppo. Threw his hands at some breakers and like found results. So I like that. That's why I'm happy. The defense as well. And then a different swing profile than we've seen previously.
That's good.
Through 9 games last year, he had a 424 batting average, 486 on base percentage, and 606 slugging.
Yeah.
So he's been crushing. That's like way better than he's at now, right?
No, I think it's slugging's up now.
Slugging's going to be up, but his slugging is 703. Last year was 606. But the average and the on base were way crazier last year after the first 9 games.
Yeah, it's I think for real Yankee fans, hey, we're in it with Volpe. We're rooting for Volpe. There was some weird numbers during the player profile and projection that was like, wait, like, okay, the third time through he was awful. Like if you fix that, I can get you somewhere. And yeah, he's looked good. This second half of the month, if he puts together like a full month of it, okay.
Yeah. You still got to be careful because he did do that last year too.
Right.
But I'm excited. Better than starting off bad.
Amen.
Amen to that. I am interested to see how he's doing third time through, even though it's very small sample size. I'll let you know.
Okay. Should I do my pride? You got more?
You do. I was just trying to see that exact stat. It's on Baseball Reference.
It's a Baseball Reference stat.
Oh, maybe they don't even
late appearance through the lineup.
Maybe they don't even have it on here yet.
I think it's there
because it's too early in the year.
Looks like he's 1 for 2 third time through the order this year. That doesn't include today. I don't know if he got.
They beat up a lot of starting pitchers.
Mashing. Can't.
Who's your pride?
Well, you said that the other pride should be old, and I'm looking at Paul Goldschmidt's series.
No. I said it should not be old.
What was that?
I said it should not be old.
This is getting confusing. So let me just get this out of the way. You're just coming out of the surgery room covered in blood. No, man, it's Trent Grisham. Come on. My center fielder. Trent Grisham, I want to clear up a couple things as we do this. But Trent Grisham was awesome. The 2-homer game, turns on one and goes opposite field down the line. Like, that was magical. Today, the game-tying hit, and almost, I don't want to say not a doubt, but everyone believed in Trent Grisham in that moment. There's a little bit of his chillax style of play when he's performing, feels badass. Caster was even giving him the throwback treatment today of no batting gloves, head down when he hits a homer, which it's like, yeah, Trent Grisham. He was nasty this series. The final stats, 5 for 12, 4 runs, 6 RBIs, 2 walks. And yeah, he was getting compared to Reggie Jackson by Michael Kay. So how about that?
Who gave him his soul pride last year, Beebs? Was it me or Jake?
Last year, that soul pride came in the Dodgers series, the pinch hit homer. They were chanting names. Jake gave him the pride.
That's my guy.
Maybe I would have. Maybe I would have done it.
You got to go first that day.
You taking back your whole Volpe pride?
There was someone more worthy. Yeah, maybe
Aaron
if I
Judge.
knew that stat beforehand, I would have given it to him just so it doesn't feel like it. People are tweeting the big sleep at me or senior sleep after he hits homers, and I'm enjoying that. And Beebs, I don't know if you have his homers, but I think I'm going to request, unless we're really in dour moods, or maybe that's when we need this, to show me his third base to home plate of every home run he hits. If we don't have time for the full thing, that's fine. But we did this with Joe's last step, and it is, I can't help but love it every time he hits a home run. Like, barely even says what up to third base coach.
Right.
He does do a little jump.
Mm-hmm.
He lands on the play with 2 feet, and then nothing, dude. That one was a big one.
Second homer. That one he showed a little extra.
Like, and people watching this might be like, what do you mean that was a big? Watch the handshakes after his first home run, dude. He doesn't even. This is like, he doesn't even pay attention. It's as if he was walking down the street, just like dragging his hand on the side of like road signs, just saying just like doing for his own befuddled amusement.
Well, and again, I know you don't like when I do some of this stuff, but like we did the spring training vlog, which a lot of people tuned into, and I didn't realize how many people were like, "Oh, Trent Grisham big leagued you guys," and like we don't care. Like Trent Grisham probably should big league us. We got like an acknowledgement from Trent Grisham, which this guy's more on the DJ LeMahieu scale than anything else. Like this home run trot that, he doesn't look at Goldschmidt for a handshake when he crosses home plate. Like,
dude, it's awesome. Look at this.
So that's
it.
That's the
big
one.
That's the second one. Sorry.
Like, and again, that's a lot. The first one is crazy. So if you want to have some fun, just watch Senior Sleep walk from like third base to the dugout. Because it's awesome. I think they showed a shot. I think Judge was telling him, like, dude, watch the ball, like you second deck. Because Trent didn't know where it went. And I'm not anti bat flips and anti pipping. I like when Jazz, I love that. I like Stan getting the football handed to him from third base. Jazz does the jump. I love that shit. But I like this because it just feels like that's who Trent is, and like he couldn't be different if he wanted to.
Yes, I think
it doesn't feel like someone beat this into him. Like, don't showboat, dude. Blah blah. He's like more like, nah.
It's I think the DJ scale. Like if you look in it through it that scope, or even Caster saying old school with the no batting gloves, that opened up some things. And yeah, if you're looking to yuck it up with your Yankees group chat or in the comment section here on the YouTube, you were talking about how much did we really talk about Trent last year? And we butter knifed the numbers a couple different ways. When he really got run as a starter for about 2 months, 238, 328, 804 OPS. That was 40 games from the start of June to the start of August. And that's really good, especially with the defense he does play. If you extrapolate that to the end of the year when he started playing like every third day, 229, 313, a 770 OPS, which is just a reminder. If you want to get hot, you're having a bored moment and you want to get angry, like we've given the Oswaldo speech a couple times, especially what we're seeing now with Trent Grisham against lefties. Feel free to feel feelings of not happiness with how some parts of last year ended.
I can't talk. I tweeted out that I was going to talk about it one more time, and I'm done talking about it now. It's yesteryear. It's in the past.
I don't think I'm even talking about it.
You're dancing around the subject. And I don't even dance these days. I just walk. The other thing that I was going to say in response to something that you just said.
Nice. Okay, Ron.
The batting gloves, I don't like if you asked Trent why he doesn't wear batting gloves, I don't think it has anything to do with feel or like it's just one less thing.
How about this?
Like putting on batting gloves is a little too much effort.
I don't know if it's out there. I don't know if Mayor's asked or anyone. If we could shake the tree and get the answer to that, maybe it's an episode of Weave's World or something. Trent's answer to why he doesn't wear batting gloves, I think could make him extremely endearing to us. Or again, kind of like that, oh my God.
I think he's just going to shrug and be like, I never tried him.
Which again, the tone he says that, I could come off super endearing. What do we got there?
Trent Grisham doesn't wear batting gloves because as a kid, after his batting gloves ripped, his mom couldn't afford to replace them. He told her mom, don't worry about it. I don't need them.
This is what I'm saying.
I didn't think we were going to get
This is what
wholesome,
I'm saying.
endearing.
Yes.
He didn't need them.
Still don't.
His mom bought him ugly batting gloves, so he ripped them. I was
Oh,
like, don't even worry, Mom.
It's a little fib. I was worried
They
about
don't even
that.
match his team colors. They were the rivals'
worried-
colors.
I was
Like,
worried-
"Don't, Mom, no, dogs ate
I
those.
was worried we were going to ruin that beautiful story, but I'm glad we didn't.
I added more to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, does he wear any accessories?
I think he wears an elbow thing.
Okay, that's protection. But like eye black, chain, Statue of Liberty arm sleeves. Like, is Trent doing anything?
I don't think so. I mean, high socks.
Yeah.
So Trent, in his heart, I think he's just like a serious little leaguer. Like, yeah, I wear high socks, but no batting gloves. Like,
Wow, that's how I would talk about DJ too.
right.
And IKF.
Also, follow-up note. Again, maybe this is too much of a shot in the dark. It circles back on I think you're taking him as, did you take Volpe as your pride of the Yankees or are you taking Trent?
Yeah. Volpe's my pride.
Okay. Volpe needs
Unless you want to switch for the history books.
Volpe needs to get an elbow guard. After Judge got hit in the elbow guard, and it was kind of a comically soft hit by pitch because it hit him in the elbow guard, Volpe got scared out of the way of one, and he's got no elbow guard. What? Get a little elbow guard, Volpe.
Maybe he feels like he hasn't earned it yet.
Okay.
I mean,
Maybe.
Stan didn't wear face protection until he took one off the face.
Yeah.
You never know what guys think.
Again, everything's got just a little twist today, and I like it.
I'm adding things.
You're adding things. Why don't you add an MFer?
Ooh, baby, I love the way. Dude, MFer. I might double up. Double up. No, I'll go Stroman. I need you to eat more innings.
Okay.
It's a light MFer, but we have to give one out because they lost games. He wasn't part of the loss, but we had to go 5 innings of bullpen in his start.
Right.
And anytime when you're a mainstay in the rotation and the bullpen has to throw more innings than you in your game, that has a domino effect. That isn't good. So I'm going to go Stroman.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Like I talked about, the watch of it all feels weird. It feels like there should just be that. Okay, this is elevated a little bit. But remember the Garrett Cole tweak when like he basically started throwing cutters more as his first pitch, try to get an out? Like I feel like Stroman should kind of have that, and you don't see that. He hunts for the corner on every pitch. I actually liked his sweeper in this game. He had a few sweepers that started from outside the zone all the way across the plate, and I was like, that's a nice pitch. I don't know. I am with you, and I think Marcus is, but we got the comical Wells just lining up completely off the plate again. It's a bizarre watch.
I got
chills.
Proud from a height standpoint.
Okay.
Like, and he takes pride in it, but being 5'7" or 5, whatever he is, and we're short, we're that height. There was some stat. I think he's coming on like more innings pitched as a starter,
right,
for someone that short out of like anyone in history.
Yeah. I mean, we did
like it's it's whenever short kids need to see short guys do things. You know?
That's the only way you believe,
If you look like Thud Butt.
What was that?
From Hook. Thud Butt.
No,
Character Hook.
Sensitive for me, but yeah.
Well, if you look like that, you watch Alejandro Kirk and you say, oh, I can be a pro.
Right.
I got my kids are going to be short. So Stroh did it. It is very impressive. That's Thud Butt.
That's Thud Butt. Katie's got a little height. So does Kirk. So does your dad. I don't know.
Not your chance.
Not your dad.
Well, like 5'10".
Right. That's fine.
Yeah. That's what I was supposed to be.
Bigger
Damn
than Volpe.
albuterol.
How tall did you say Volpe was?
Volpe's 5'10", I think.
I believe he has a 5'10" listing.
And Peraza's not.
5'11" listing.
That's nuts.
Still some funny business. Yeah. I think we did it. Was it a short that was like MLB pitchers under 5'10"? And it's a wild list.
Yeah.
Not that many.
Okay. So that's your MFer.
That's my MFer.
Very interesting. I didn't like what I saw from Pablo this series.
I did.
Jemima. Let's go with I'll double up with you. The different Will Warren. Will Warren was looking pretty good early on. I mean, hey, first time through the lineup, the vaunted Pirates lineup, whatever. But yeah, I tweeted this out. He had IKF, who's hitting 9th for the Pirates today. He had him 2-2. IKF, Yankee fans are pretty familiar with, not known for his power or whatever. 2 outs, 2-2 count. He ends up walking him, a guy that's not a big walk guy either. And that sets up their first rally that I hope it becomes a learning lesson because he gets 2 strikes on the next couple batters, or maybe not the next one, but the following. But it's the top of their lineup. So now you went from out of the inning like 3 clean, 3 perfect to start. You're pitching out of the stretch for the first time, which that's always a thing for starters. So yeah, that's lets the Pirates not only get into this game, but kind of get a demanding lead. So I don't know. It didn't feel like I didn't see any of his changeups today and have that good reaction to it that we've had in a couple Will Warren games. So yeah, it's part of the Will Warren evolution and growth, and we'll see. We could get a notification soon that if the Yankees really need bullpen, they might send him down, or he gets one more start before Clarkie gets back.
Will Warren is best when he's pitching backwards.
Okay.
And he's using the 4-seam to get guys out. I think this season, I don't know about this game, but I think that his 4-seam has the biggest whiff percentage. Not because it's a devastating 4-seamer, but because he sets them up for it to get strike 3 with it. I'll look these up real quick. So I'm not speaking out of my butt.
Speak out your butt. Thud butt.
Click, 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 click. 50% whiff rate on his 4-seam. That probably doesn't include today. And 25% put away. So he's using it for 2 strikes more than the sweeper, changeup, sinker, or curveball. A curveball, he's done 6 times. So anyway, what I'm saying is when he's not ahead and he can't play that game, it's not good. Like, that's where I think Matt Blake can help, because he's been so good at like pitch selection and sequencing, and Cole loves sequences and all that. And I don't know what it is when you have certain guys that know that, or the scouting report comes out, but he doesn't get swing and miss on all of his pitches that move, and that worries me. Like the changeup, it can be an in-play pitch, or it can be it depends on your changeup, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Mostly swing and miss, though. Changeups. I don't think he had many swing and misses today at all.
Ended up with 5 strikeouts, and it was funny. I went back through the Pirates lineup to be like, okay, who is the guy that, got Will Warren every time through? No Pirate player had more than 1 hit today. Well, fun fact for you. How do you like that?
How do you like that? 25 whiff percentage today. It's probably okay. Maybe it's strike 2 whiff. I don't know if he stays up or not. A lot of people are going to be asking us right now why neither of us went with Williams, because he, like, quote unquote, lost the game for the Yanks. I think it's Manfred Man, and it was like we don't really hold that type of loss against him.
Right.
Like, I think that loss is on a lot of things other than Williams.
I mean, that's, again, they could have bunt and won. So
Yeah.
I don't do that. Okay. Yeah, just the IKF at bat. So let's say whatever that happens, but Cabrera Hayes singles on 6 pitches. Brian Reynolds doubles on 5 pitches. Cruz singles on 6 pitches, and then he strikes out Bart on 6 pitches. So that's an extra. We're all this talk about innings and bullpen. Again, let's say he somehow gets IKF out, which I don't know how he would, but he goes. That's
in
like
the zone.
20. That's an extra 20-something pitches. That could have been 2 innings. And not only do you lose the runs on the board, but you lose the innings that we're hunting for right now.
Yep. Maybe he lost a spot in the rotation.
Maybe.
Who knows? Okay, that concludes Pride of the Yankees and Yankee MFer. So we move on. The regular old awards.
Jim, they're brought to you by Shady Rays. Shady Rays, and they're better than ever. Shady Rays will be friends forever. Shady Rays. Shady Rays. People, the sun's coming out. You got to cover your eye holes, and you got to do it with Shady Rays, an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Shades have durable frames and crystal clear optics, making them perfect choice for all outdoor adventures, and you're about to be doing a ton of outdoor adventures. So, they've got their lost or broken replacement guarantee. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. And exclusively for our listeners, their best deal of the season, code YANKS at ShadyRays.com. 35% off your next pair of polarized sunglasses. That's code YANKS, ShadyRays.com. Go get yours now. Here's a bear.
I have an award I'm giving out. I think it's tough to guess. Those are Team Baggage's sunglasses. So you look great. Shady Rays gave every team from Blitzball Battle, from the Warehouse Cup,
cool.
Like a custom pair of shades that matches their team color. Very kind of them. And I think we got pretty good there. Del Caribe got nice ones.
Yeah. Del Caribe's went perfectly with their uniforms. Ours kind of did too.
Yeah.
They're slightly big on my peanut head, but that's kind of how I operate anyways. So Woogas, anything Woogas.
Yeah, they're cool.
What's your first
I'm going to give out
this said I'm not going to be able to get because it's not a good hint?
It's a tough one,
Great.
but you mandated food themed. So
No.
I'm going to go MSG. No,
Oh, wow.
MSG, I believe it is.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you said food because I would go to the world's greatest arena before the... What is MSG? Like cholesterol stuff? I feel like
It's a flavor enhancer commonly used in Chinese food and other cuisines to enhance umami flavors.
Okay.
One point, everyone thought it was really unhealthy for you and bad. I think some places have turned around on that. There's a Chinese shop in town that has a big sign that says, "We use MSG now."
Oh, wow.
I
didn't know it
to
was
like
big
get
back.
people like,
Yeah.
yeah, like our food's good and addictive now.
Okay. MSG, good and addictive. For you, that means Luke Weaver.
Wow. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you would get it because I put all the notes about this on the sheet that we share. And Ben Rice is the only food on the team. So it's going to Ben Rice.
Okay.
There was a great article about Ben Rice and how he added muscle. And that's kind of like the MSG effect. Like, how do we make our food taste better? Oh, just use this secret ingredient. It makes things taste better. And he got stronger now. And he's just hitting the ball harder and swinging faster. And they're like, no, it actually, like, you being strong, you still have to barrel the ball.
Right.
It's like, yeah, but when you do, if you can swing faster, it goes farther. So it's a great article that I forget who wrote it. And I should shout them out. Oh, Beebs, you clicking that? It's an MLB one.
Looks like David Adler of MLB.com.
Nice. Thanks, Dadler. He had a cool stat in here. Largest bat speed gains from 2024 to 2025 thus far. Ben Rice is number 2 behind Nolan Shanuel of the Angels. Brendan Rodgers, Nolan Jones. Yeah. So Ben Rice went from 71 miles per hour to 75 miles per hour. That's probably Volpe to Judge. Volpe swing is 71 right now. I know that. I wonder, Stan's the highest in this sport, so maybe Judge is around there. I know Judge wasn't like crazy high because he also got back control. And then the cooler thing was they showed he changed his stance, and now they have those like footprint science that about the stance change, which I was very kind of, when that came out, I was like, yeah, this is weird. Like, how much could you gain from this? But David Adler used it perfectly. Like, they literally show his stance from last year and his stance from this year, and he's way open. Like, way more open. And because he's opened, he's like more back, so he's got more to launch forward. It's cool. So Ben Rice, me and Joe's were kind of talking about this, or we were texting about like, and Boone was asked this, have you thought about what Ben Rice's role is when Stan comes back? Or, and Boone just goes, nope. But at this point, I feel like he's going to platoon with Goldie or platoon with Stan or something if this stays. And it looks like it should stay. I love tangible changes.
Ben Rice, he's looked solid. I mean, the final stats this series don't look crazy, but 9 at bats. But yeah, when we saw him at spring, he physically looked different. His batting practice sounded different. Some of the exit velo stuff is pretty nuts as well. That, yeah, Ben Rice is going to get run. It's almost tough that he's getting platoon, but he's also not. Because I think the Yankees are going to show Paul Goldschmidt the respect that the Yankees show veteran players. So even though Goldie hasn't been hitting righties lately, like the Yankees, I think we know they're going to let that ride out for a long time before they pinch hit Ben Rice for Goldie. So unless it's like a really tough righty, but I don't know. So that's something to track going forward. But yeah, and just landing this series as with the last 2 pitchers being lefty, you're not going to see that a ton. But yeah, he's going to be a mainstay versus righty going forward in like top half of the lineup, and you should feel good about it.
Also stole a bag again.
Sure.
He beat out a double play in game 1 that I was shocked, and I shouldn't be, but we've just had such slow teams. And the way I summed it up in my postgame recap is like, when have the Yankees had a guy who's faster than his position?
Right.
Like, if it's a slow position, catcher, DH, first base, the Yankees were going to be like walking. That's how bad they were going to be in those positions. They barely would get speed from speed positions, center field and shortstop and, second or whatever. Now we got Wells, who gets a triple today, which wasn't a triple, but still you need some speed to be able to do that. And Rice stole a base 2 games in a row and then went first to third. Has he gone first to third twice this year?
Rice?
Yeah,
he
went
almost
first
stole
to
a second
third.
in the first game. He almost stole second base, got thrown out upon review. It's almost another steal for him.
Let's see. On first, when a single hit runner reaches third. So he did that once already this year. And then on second, when a single is hit and he scores, that's when I was like, dude, whenever we had a DH who can, like, we've had DHs that can't score from second on singles.
Third.
And on second, when a single hit runner scores, yeah. So I've been liking the speed element from Ben Rice as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the batting stance stuff. I wanted to mention this with Trent before. Ryan Garcia on Twitter had a really good post about Trent.
The boxer?
No, Yankees guy. Trent used to be pretty closed off. He's pretty open now, and that's goes back to when Trent kind of started hitting with the Yankees last year. So the footwork stuff, I guess that will be the interesting use of it for baseball fans going forward.
Trent doesn't know. That's just, he just must have just.
You stop. I'm changing the Trent narrative. Yours is so old.
He just slid to a more
He's
comfortable
the guy,
spot.
dude. He's the guy.
I'm complimenting him.
He's my center fielder, and he knows everything he's doing.
He's amazing.
The batting gloves was the
he doesn't
sweetest.
know everything.
Batting gloves
He
was
doesn't
the
know
sweetest
everything
story
he's doing.
ever. Batting gloves was the sweetest story ever. He made a change, which you love. This guy's locked in.
Yeah, I love it. See ball, hit ball.
Got a plan.
Before we move on, mini groundskeeping on the Ben Rice swing speed check. It's not quite Aaron Judge speed, but that kind of next tier. He's right there with your Bryce Harpers, your Ketel Martes now, which is really good. That's a good group you want to be associated with.
Love it.
We like it.
What's your award?
Jim, as you know, it's food themed and it's women's college basketball themed as the women Huskies win again. Shout out to my guy Gino. I'm giving the good guys finish last award.
What are you thinking about in women's basketball when you think of it?
Is that your guess?
No. Was
that your guess?
Good guys finish last. Paul Goldschmidt.
Jim, you're being served on a platter here. It's Oswaldo.
Cabrera?
Oswaldo Cabrera gets 3 hits in his 4 at-bats, 4 RBIs in that first game. Doesn't see the field the rest of the way. And, man, it's just... What does this guy have to do? And it's we talked about it like we're not mad about it. Let's find out what we've got in Peraza, but he switch hits, you know? like this guy, he looks good at third base. He's looked good everywhere. This is the perfect example of good guys finishing last that, like, I don't know. Like, Oswaldo might go look at that Glaber game tape from last year and be like, no, I'm done playing other positions. I'm done being versatile and helpful for this team. 3 for 4 with 4 ribbies. I don't know. I think we all understand the circumstances, but it's Oswaldo's looked very good to start this season, and he's still going to be in it fighting for time.
He's going to get the majority of time, but Trent, Grisham, and Oswaldo Peraza may be retiring 2 switch hitters on the team. And like, that might be fine.
Right.
I don't know. I will fight for Oswaldo Cabrera from the left side.
Okay.
Very hard.
Okay.
And I will lay down and die from the right side. Like, if he's facing a lefty, I still want him from the left side.
So you're done with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Dominguez's season is obviously very, very, very young. But Trent's hot. Belly can hit both. I would not be upset if, like, during a hot stretch. I don't think he should be retired from the right side, but
what if I told you?
But for Cabrera, I'm fine with it, and I want Peraza to get shot, man.
What if I told you Oswaldo
vinegar guy we've seen in a while?
What if I told you Oswaldo Cabrera was 3 for 4 against lefties this year?
As a lefty or righty?
Versus left-handed pitcher as a righty batter, he is 3 for 4 with a walk.
I'd be happy.
It's tough.
Who are the pitchers?
Or the pitchers. We're not doing that. We got to do 2 final awards. Tight.
My next award is the You're the One That I Want.
Ooh. You're the one that I want. Can't you see? You're the one that I want. It's Luke Weaver.
It's Luke Weaver.
Yeah,
dude.
come on.
I can't watch.
Come on.
Listen, Devin Williams is an all-star closer. He's one of the best closers the sport has right now. He's awesome, and I'm not calling for him to not be
Get
there
that
at
finger
all.
more in the camera.
I'm not calling for it to happen at all, okay?
Yeah.
But I feel like baby's in the corner again, and Weaver's just fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
He got in trouble there. He struck him out. Did you see the intensity?
Yeah.
April 6th. The season started too early, and Weaver doesn't give a shit.
Right.
Shuts him down, pitches, and then stares down like we're postseason ball. Like, in my soft spot or hard spot, whatever we want to call it for Weaver, just it has not diminished in any way from last year. Like, that bubble has not started deflating even slightly. I thought maybe it would, and then we get to the postseason, and then it starts like being big again. But I mean, he is just fucking awesome. Like, awesome to watch pitch. Because, like I said earlier, him and Wellesley are seeing what the batter is doing and adjusting. That changeup to end it was so cool, and then to stare down. So I'm not saying he should be the closer because Devin Williams has a much longer track record, and maybe he's best when he's just like thriving down there, always keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, even putting him on himself a little bit. He had the 4-pitch walk to Joey Bart, which you're like, come on, Weave Dog. But also, you know, that split change versus lefties, which brought up Sawinski, and then he just kind of embarrasses him. And at first it looked like he was going to play it cool, and then he let out a little knee skip thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Weave Dog. And yeah,
I love him.
I guess I want to enjoy Weaveville more, and it feels like there's just a little bit of funny business coming out of the Yankees pen right now. Like, Sharkey feels like a party trick. Mark Leiter feels like a party trick. Tim Hill is a party trick. Like, I want that. Like, Cruz, we're hoping gets hot at some point. We're like, holy smokes, look what we've done with this guy. Like, every bullpen should have their crazy upside guy that's like, if this clicks, this is going to be awesome, and maybe that's Sharkey. But right now I'm not getting that from the other guys. But Weave will. I'm all about it.
Cruz is like, he gave us up a homer on the first pitch slider, and teams are just going to jump that because they don't want to get to the split. So then what do you throw early in that count?
Right.
He's an interesting thought process for a Matt Blake.
Matt Blake.
Yeah. Okay, you're the most prestigious award.
Most prestigious award of the show. It's the final award, and it's the it's the Coca-Cola and a Wiener award. Food theme. Coca-Cola and a Wiener.
Okay.
PD.
Coca-Cola and a Wiener award.
I had to ask.
That goes to Paul Goldschmidt.
It's an understandable guess. But Jim, in this series, Aaron Judge tied Babe Ruth for the most homers by a Yankee in their first 1,000 games. 321 for Ruth, 321 for Judge. Pretty wild to be like, hey, we're watching a Ruthian performance. And we are coming up on the anniversary when Babe Ruth had to miss a series of time because his diet was hot dogs and soda. So, again, I started it with the pitchers and how we know a lot more, but seems like we're doing less. I think the players dieting are doing an okay thing, although today is also the day Alexander Ovechkin broke the NHL scoring record. And if you want to go research the things he's eating and drinking, it's very close to Babe Ruth than whatever Judge is eating. I don't know. It's so funny that This is our first step of the year where I think Judge kind of gets overlooked. Off to a historic start, tied Babe Ruth. We've barely talked about him until now. Yeah.
Babe Ruth's shit's had to be awful.
Same with Ovechkin. Probably same with Judge if we're just being 100%.
What does Ovi eat?
BBD just put on the screen. There's a lot of hot Cheetos and vodka. He gets a Subway sandwich before every team flight. It's Ruthian. So is Judge.
Yeah. All right. Goldie didn't get talked about because this didn't come up. Do we have
I thought he was your
does
pride.
this matter section, Beebs? Did you?
There's some stats down there that you're more than welcome to look at and ask Jake if they matter.
Okay, Jake, really quick to end the show. Do these stats matter?
Okay.
Paul Goldschmidt's lefty-righty splits entering Sunday. Versus righties, it's a 333 OPS. And versus lefties, it's a 1.824 OPS.
Doesn't matter yet. It's Paul Goldschmidt.
Austin Wells has an OPS of 1.563 against starting pitchers this season, second best in Major League Baseball.
That matters for a potential leadoff option, although he hasn't been.
Yeah, that was one game.
Yeah.
Yogo has thrown breaking pitches 56% of the time this season, fourth highest amongst American League relievers.
I've never seen a person with more Louis Sessa in his game. Cockroach me all year.
Max Fried has a strikeout rate of just 6%, one strikeout in 18 plate appearances when going through the lineup the first time in a game this season.
Doesn't matter.
I think he's used to trusting a very, very good defense in Atlanta get quick outs.
Do it again.
Ben Rice has a swing rate of just 37%, third lowest in the AL, but an on-base percentage of 647 with the bases empty, best in the AL.
Oh, sure, that matters.
Okay. Jason Dominguez has not chased any pitch out of the zone on elevated pitches this season.
He did today. I saw it. And it stood out, which means it matters, but in a good way.
Okay. Thank you guys very much for tuning in to Talkin' Yanks. We love you and we appreciate you. Now go watch Team Baggage
Boing, boing.
put on a display of entertainment and trying. We're the IKF of the league. That's a good way to describe
Entertainment.
Entertainment and trying.
Yeah, he'll dive for a ball he's got no business even being around, but I won't come up with it. Go Yanks, tell him, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Very familiar IKF series. We're just being honest.
He looked good.
No, they weren't errors.